Um, our world is changing very quickly. Very, 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 yeah, kind of, Miss Sherry. A little bit. Because I live within a group of people that are going to have to move completely different from how they have probably moved in their whole life. You're welcome, Pumpkin. The school, that's just your classmates. They gonna get you together. You hear me? The classmates is how we do that. We ain't able to do as much as we used to, but you're welcome. Your classmates gonna make sure you good. They do, and they been, yes. She said thank you for her books, y'all. Ma'am, I was in the middle of trying to screen record part of today's class with Bible verses claiming treat each other. Oh, uh-oh. Mm. Hey, so I'm gonna play this, and I know y'all done already seen it, but I'm gonna play this, and I need y'all to just put yes if this is the case, okay? Y'all got me? Hello. That's how my grandbaby, she says, wook, wook, with a W. Now, this is a guy that I follow. I think he be in class sometimes. I'm sure he do. But I want to play this video, and y'all tell me what y'all hear, okay? Let's get it. For the first time in American history, the president sees it. Here's Mary Bruce. Let's get it. For the first time in American history, y'all heard that? We gonna break this down. What did she say? For the first time in American history, aka never. Oh, come on, Sarah. AKA never before. Okay. President seizing control of the police in the nation's capital, first time, deploying hundreds of National Guardsmen. Trump says to fight crime on the streets of Washington, D.C. I'm announcing a historic operation to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. Okay. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. President Trump declaring a public safety emergency in D.C., painting an apocalyptic picture. Adamant crime is spiraling out of control. President Trump declaring a public safety emergency in D.C., painting an apocalyptic picture. Adamant crime is spiraling out of control. That don't make no sense. But his depiction stands in stark contrast to the official figures, which show crime in the Capitol is actually in decline. Violent crime recently hitting a 30-year low, down 26% since last year. Burglary down 19%. Murder down 12%. Still, the president said today the D.C. police will now be able to do whatever they want. Murder down 12%. Still, the president said today the D.C. police will now be able to do whatever they want.
almost 4 years ago, it was a crazy lady that came on this internet who had just got a divorce and had just been through 5 years of craziness. And she said, I know y'all think I'm crazy, but the military is about to be marching through our streets they never left. Come on, Sarah, because I'm going to go there in a minute. You need to teach your children to be where they say they're going to be. That's what she told y'all. You might not be able to leave outside of your house. So I'm begging you, this was 3 years ago, the lady said, get as much as you can in your house. Teach your children to keep their mouths, because it could cost them their lives. Y'all remember this conversation? Anybody? And they not gonna care about you getting an attitude. You and your baby will be laid down in the street. He just said that these people can do whatever they want. Who remembers me telling you don't let your babies leave without some blessed oil on their eyes, on their ears? Who remembers me telling y'all that I've been telling my black son for the last 6 months, go get a vest? I told y'all to get vests for your husbands and your sons. And y'all know the people I'm talking to, because this ain't for everybody. The sad part about it, this ain't even for everybody. I mean, you can listen and you can take heed, but y'all know who I'm talking to. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking to. I don't care if they got the little yarmulke thing on the top of their head. Jesus said his people was going to be hated all around the world. It wouldn't be a place that his people could go where they wasn't going to be looked down on like the lowest thing on the planet. He didn't tell his disciples that they was going to have to get them some swords for nothing. There are some people on this planet that's so full of the devil that everything about somebody that look like me remind them of the Christ that they not. Period. The reason that everybody hate black women is because we the originals. Period. You don't have that much hate for something that's not valuable. You don't have that much something. You don't talk about something that's not valuable. You don't focus all of your damn energy and thinking on something that is not valuable. You don't make laws against something that's not valuable. You don't take the organs, eyes, ears, and ideas of something that's not valuable. You don't mimic your whole entire life and being off of something that's not valuable. You don't wear your hat backwards and your chain low and your pants under your tail like something that ain't valuable. You don't put braids in your hair and click your nails. Honey, if something ain't valuable, you don't do that. You're not walking around with fat lips and fat hips, honey, and buns on your backside because something ain't valuable. You're not doing that. So don't act like black is not valuable because it runs this damn world, baby. Everything in it. Period. And that is why the unmelanated folks are so filled with rage. Because no matter how many times you try to step on us, no matter how many times you try to blot us out, you realize you can't live without us. Oh, if we don't say it's popular, it's not. If we don't think it tastes good, it don't. If we don't think it's cute, ain't nobody wearing it. Hello. Hello. You're not intimidated by nothing that don't got no value. You ain't trying to keep nothing that ain't competition with you out of school, work, corporate America, Congress, or nothing. The NBA, any of it. Horse riding, basketball, hockey, you can't hide your jealousy. You can't hide your envy, and you can't hide your covetous. It bleeds through your skin. It bleeds through your pores. And it sucks for you. Because the people on this planet that have been treated the worst always turned a blind eye to the people that plan on stabbing them in the back with a big fat knife. And no matter how many times we done nursed your kids, they here and taught them how to wash themselves, you still mad. This is your run right now, and your rule ain't gonna be long. Sucks for you. It's gonna feel good for just a little bit. And then all the pain that you plan on inflicting on people around this world, I don't know if you read the Bible or not, but it said that God's people not gonna be walking around with sores on their body. They not gonna be in so much pain being burnt from the sun. I wonder if this is a specific punishment. Because some people's bodies turn sunlight into energy. And they've learned to work in extreme sun. As a matter of fact, their abode is closest to the equator, where it's hottest. And one of the punishments is that the people that took food and took clothing and took homes and other people's lands and ravished people's children, one of the things that is the sun is going to come closer to Earth. That's interesting. The disgust that I feel for the hatred that is in people's hearts while painting their faces orange and light brown and putting perms in their hair. How can you hate me in every song that you play to try to taunt me is made by somebody that look like me. You don't understand how silly that make you look? You could at least use rock music. You can't use that either. I forgot we made that too. It's not really anything that you could use because we created everything. You can't taunt us with what we made. Hate to say it, we made y'all too. We should have never let y'all go up north. We should have kept y'all tails down there and kept whooping on y'all tails like we was. Disobedient children. You want to know why? We have what we have in this world right now because black women stopped rearing everybody else's children. They stopped feeding them, all the while giving them life lessons that made them better people. How can you hate something that kept you alive? Because if it wasn't for black women, all y'all racist ass grandparents wouldn't be here. Because my grandmama and great grandmama and great great grandmama nursed them. Put their titties in their mouth and kept them alive. How dare you, Donald Trump? Or anybody else that's older than 70 years old when your mama was probably fed by a mammy. A black breast. Y'all wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the black woman. Do you understand that? I'm talking about the last 5 generations. Y'all folks wasn't gonna make it. They was sick. And if it wasn't for the black breast milk, they wouldn't even be here. The black herbs that the mammy went and got and laid on your baby when they had a fever, your great great grandma, because she loved the baby, because she had to nurse a baby on her breast that she couldn't even put her own baby on that she carried. Come on now. Y'all grandpappies and grandmammies calling folks niggas, they wouldn't have even been here if it wasn't for a black breast, babe. Because y'all great-grandmas and great-grandmas and daddies didn't want nothing to do with no damn kids. They weren't trying to raise no kids. Baby, they was too busy getting drunk. And you back from earlier, take your ass somewhere. You ain't got nothing to do with your life. Your wife ain't trying to get you off this evening? Or you don't have one as to why you trying to argue with a woman online. Nigga, ain't no way if I had a husband, I'd be worried about no woman online. Baby, I'd be wrapped up in some triceps. You didn't came back. Go away. Okay? That's how I know you drive a white van and you a hurt child. Because you don't take no for an answer when people tell you not to come around them. They might need to watch you at your job. Idiot. A white van. Anytime a person, you ask them not to talk to you and they won't leave you alone, that is a person that will corner you in a room. If I ask you to leave my life, that means if I ask you to leave my door, you won't. You have to respect people's boundaries. It's not cute to be annoying. It's not cute to be a pest. And if that is the only way that you know how to get attention, your life sucks. And I don't deal with people that are woe is me people at all. That's in any form or fashion. So if you feel like you want to get under my skin to get a rise out of me, and that's the only way that you know how to get the attention of a woman, your life sucks. If you do that to men, your life sucks. Period. You worried about what I'm wearing from this morning, nigga. I ain't never seen you. I could care less. But you back in my class. I ain't even went to see how many followers you got or nothing. I could care less. You want my attention, and I will not be giving it to you. When my kids cut up, I walked away from them. I can see a lot of folks' parents didn't do that. They gave them attention. I don't give attention to negative situations. You gonna cut up, I'm gonna walk away from you. When you act like you got some sense, I do it to my grandkids too. I don't reward bad behavior ever. And I was a mama at 16. My son, what? That's why these kids cut up like that, because that's the only time folks be talking to them is when they in trouble. That ain't how it go with me and my kids. Or my students. Y'all know, you could be here 4 years, get on my nerves the right day. You out of here too. I don't have to deal with nothing. I don't know these people. You're a stranger. Folks be too wanting to be liked. I don't do that. Go away. Listen. The fact that you came back from this morning, I told y'all what it was. It be these books. It be the fact that I'm not on here showing you outfit of the day, clicking my nails, and I can actually talk about several different things and people be learning. That offends people. Especially people that want to be recognized. I don't care to be recognized. I studied all of this stuff when didn't nobody even know I was studying it. It doesn't matter, and I didn't study it to teach people. I studied it because it was interesting to me. Folks be on the wrong wavelength, and I don't care. Go bother somebody else. I'm trying to quit talking crazy. Y'all know the stuff I used to say. God is working on me. But it almost come out, and it's my mean week too, nigga. I'm about to spaz on you. Leave me alone. I'm tired of this orange nigga in the office. I'm tired of racist, crazy folks. I'm tired. I love who love me. And I even love some of those that don't. But this man is causing so much damn division. And I know he don't even understand because he ain't even there. All the dang mess this nigga done took his whole life, prescription and not. His brain has been fried. These ain't even his plans. These is that nigga sitting over there that came out 3 years ago plans, because everything is lining up. Right before the flood, that same angel that came down, okay, and started the men to fighting against each other, right before the flood, the same angel that showed up. People were unaliving people just because God allowed it to happen, and it's happening. There are so many things that God foretold over here, and for people to still just be walking around silly is mind-blowing. All the YNs in y'all family, y'all need to talk to them. We need truces in the streets. Young men, young women, whatever beefs we got, they gotta go. The difference between us and our great-grandparents is they stuck together. They deal with their own issues, not in front of the people's. We cannot afford anymore to be arguing over stupid stuff. We have got to think smart and like one. We don't gotta be whatever, but we ain't gotta be whatever either. It's time out for thinking that we are the ops. We are not the ops. We not. And it is now hunting season. Picnic season. Right now. Right now. As of yesterday. Right now. All your nephews, all your little brothers, tell them what picnic season is. And this why whatever it is, y'all better drop it. Because we gonna need y'all. We gonna need y'all expertise. We are gonna need y'all. And they about to try to round y'all up real quick. We need y'all. This assault is on y'all. They know y'all a threat. They ain't crazy. And if y'all don't stop, y'all leave us out here. Chicago, Memphis, the Bay, Compton. Y'all done showed us what y'all can do. Now show us what y'all can do. Because it's an assault. Niggas got their beams ready, I'm telling you. It make you have a feeling when your grandma tell you about how that man used to be able to do whatever he wanted to her. Because he was always coming back. Do different. We need y'all. This auntie, TT, we need y'all. Now. Not next week. Not next month. We need y'all to squash that ish and get it together. Because they coming. For all of us. Now. Yesterday. Detroit. Florida. Bama. Mississippi, nigga. Get it together now. Who gonna stand in the front line for us? Y'all done showed us what y'all... Okay, well, it's time. Now. Young ladies, y'all got these niggas out here. You better spit them bugs in their ear while you doing your business. And you know what I mean. Y'all know how to move them. Y'all better move them now. Don't let them focus on the ops, nigga. Tell them what's going on. Quit keeping them distracted with drama. Start putting in butt, baby. We probably need to... And you know what? I was thinking. You gonna use it for something good. Quit all that damn pillow talking about what everybody else is doing, because we literally have targets on all of us right now. Your sons, your nephews, your daughters, your mama. Unks, come to the front of the line. Y'all always trying to put out some advice? Sarah. Quit buying stuff and start buying stuff. Quit buying stuff and start buying stuff. Quit buying stuff and start buying stuff. Now, what our great grandmothers and grandfathers went through, he was alive for it, and so was everybody in Congress. Wake the hell up. Now, today. Trade your rims in. Go get what we need. All them LV belts, we don't need them. They not gonna help us. All them purple jeans, that ain't what we need. Sparkly ceiling vehicles, that ain't gonna help us none. Ain't. None of it. We will not be able to protect what we love if we don't. Because we not done. He said DC, right?
People are spitting in their face and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want. Mayor Bowser today, 12%. Still, the president said today the DC police will now be able to do whatever they want. They're standing there and people are spitting in their face and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want. Mayor Bowser today acknowledging her hands are tied. DC is not a state, and the president.
And they're saying Chicago, Oakland, and Baltimore are next. Today, not tomorrow. Whatever they want. What Auntie been telling y'all, Michael? Mari, what I've been telling y'all? What I've been saying? Go get your stuff. Hurry up. Same thing I've been telling my son. We don't need no more beef in the streets. Young men. This TT. This auntie. Get out of these chicks' business. Get off the T app. And get to work. They don't gotta see you until they see you. I'm going to say that again. They don't have to see you until they see you. Stay off the internet. Don't post where you going no more. Quit talking and start moving. Quit showing and just start doing. Your mama just said this too, cause how old is your mama? Is she close to TT age? Cause you gotta think, my mama. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 My mama's only 6 years older, 7 years older than your mom. And my mama was riding on the bus in the back behind the curve. I have an auntie that's living that's the same age or a little bit older than our president. And she remembers watching people with the same thing they're doing with these truckers right now, but they had them dragging them behind horses. This is one of my mama's first scenes at 2 or 3 years old, so it's not far removed. We can feel it. You said my mama, 78, was crying watching this man, because they know what's coming. And our children are distracted. Yo, my son, he said, you've been telling us this was going to happen too. It feels horrible. Okay. Vehicles will be worthless after a while. No one will be able to afford gas. Listen. Y'all see they trying to overturn, they already working on overturning interracial marriage. Y'all saw that. You saw. They already putting the paperwork in. That's the point of all the chaos, dependence, lack of control. Mm-hmm. Why? Because he wants us to go back like it was when Ruby Bridges was getting called niggas when she was getting walked into school. Y'all do know Ruby Bridges is still alive. Her and my mama is the same age. My mama and Ruby Bridges started school the same year. I know, they 68. So I grew up. You gotta think, my mama was only 20 something when she had me, so it was just happening to her. And in 1985, when I went, I got called a nigga too at school. Because there wasn't that many black kids at my school. Oh, and that was just 40 years ago. My grandmother was born in 1900, passed away in 1999. The story she would tell. My grandma died in 1990. My grandma died in 1999 too. Take that back, because she was born. My grandmother died January. My daughter was born May. So yeah. But my grandmother was born in the 30s. I think like 1932 or 31, something like that. She only lived to be 66. So yeah, like 32 or 33. For everyone who lived then to see it going backwards, man, I couldn't imagine the feeling, right? And my crazy tail mama voted for the nigga. I said, girl, it's crazy. I'll be right back. I bet she regretting that mess now. Family, family, family. Glenda, I heard her my whole life. Because my auntie is like 80 something. She up there with old boy. They like the same age. She might be a couple years older than him. She's still alive. That's the auntie I told y'all that can't read, but she can take a motor apart and put it together. That one. That's the auntie I'm talking about. She can drop a motor right now and take the whole thing apart, and she can't even read. She's illiterate. She has 2 broken fingers because she used to fight for money when my grandmother went to jail in Chicago. She used to fight for money, and so her fingers, her 2 middle fingers bend back like this, and her other fingers are like this because she was whooping a nigga head, and he got mad because he was getting beat up by a lady, and he sliced her fingers open, and she didn't have no insurance and couldn't go to the hospital, so her tendons healed like this. So her fingers is like this all the time. No joke. And she's like one of my favorite aunties. You hear me? She lived in that time. I have an uncle that passed away when they had these curfews that he set, and they could shoot at you. And they did. You couldn't even go out in the front yard of your house. I grew up hearing what it's about to be like. Not from somebody else, from people who lived it. My people was from the South. That's the same thing it's about to be now. That's why he brought the military, and he's putting a curfew, and they can do whatever they want. This was happening in the 60s and in the 70s when my mama was like 14, 13. You said my sisters are in their 80s. I just turned 63, and I heard these stories too, sadly. Yeah, and that's why everybody like, oh, TT always on 10, because I know what's about to happen. I heard it. I'm watching it. I'm watching what my mama, my aunties, and my grandma and them told me happened. Not a great grandma, a grandma, and a mama, and an auntie. It literally is. My big sister's been trying to move us all to work. I mean, y'all got some, I don't think, maybe parts of it, but I wouldn't. I don't know. Cause right. Certain parts of that you probably don't want to be driving by yourself or anything, cause they got some ma and paws down there that don't really like niggers all that much. I told y'all the story about when I went to Disney and I met with the Grand Wizard's wife, and her daughter took a liking to us, and her son wouldn't come over at first. Then he started talking to my boy, and she told me, well, if I brought my daughter down here, my other daughter, she'd spit in your face and called you up. I said, and I would have been going to jail from Disney. I said, what is her daddy going to do when he found out a black woman pierced her nose and y'all spent the last 2 days at Disney with niggas? I still have a picture of that baby, her mama and her brother, and her and my daughter's faces smacked together. If her Grand Wizard father could see that, he ain't no telling what he'd do. I don't talk to him no more. That was 10 years ago. He said, I'm from Detroit and about to move back to back. Because where I live now, absolutely not. Listen, to my biracial or mixed or interracial couples, y'all gonna have to get some rules together. Somebody might have to do all the shopping. Somebody might not be able to go outside at times. You hearing me? Because this didn't happen before, I already know. Because my dad's mother, I told y'all, she's from Louisiana. And she was white passing. And when her boss finally drove down to her house to bring something back, she found out that her husband was a nigger. And they fired her. Okay? So on both sides of my family, I know the white passing, and I know that I got some that would never pass on my mama's side. My daddy's side got white passing folks on. Beautifully wavy hair and the whole nine. It's about to go back to that. Yeah. Because I didn't know my real dad's family growing up. I met them later. And I was around my grandmother for the first time. I said, who is this white lady? And I got popped. I'm not white. I said, this is you? Because she, as they get older, sometimes they get a little color to them. She was like a kind of light-skinned, tannish looking by that time. Baby, I said, who is this white lady? It was a black and white photo too, nigga. She looked white. What am I supposed to do? I don't know these people. How was I supposed to know? Watching with the family. He said, I remember myself seeing fruit man on the wagon with a horse hollering watermelon, onions. Come on. Pasta blanc. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was white passing. I know. But I'm going to say, well, I want Nancy's only daughter. I love you. She was white passing. It's the same thing. It's just one is in French and one is in. Same thing. Tomato, tomato. You said only if we let it go back. We were supposed to fight at the trumpet, but they removed it from the Bible. Okay? This the thing. Christians, this is coming for you too, but before it comes for the Christians, it's coming for the black folks. The reason they removed all the immigrants is because immigrants started realizing that they wasn't white. And so with the immigrants here, we greatly outnumbered a lot of people. Y'all get that? That's the only reason they got rid of them. Because brown folks wasn't going to be okay sitting around watching brown folks, and they know that they've been treated the same way. They could not have that. Because they are the minority. And they know it. This is why they took the Haitians, the Venezuelans, all these folks brown. The Spanish people, the Mexicans, everybody. They all brown. Brown people stick together. We might fight amongst ourselves, but when it comes, we gonna stick together, and they know that. Indian folks, hmm the real ones, not the other ones, not the $5 Indians, but the other ones. Yeah, Asians, Filipinos, because we all had to go through the same struggle. We all came over here or was already here and got stuff taken away from us and treated like crap by the same people. They are $5 Indians. I told y'all about that way back in the beginning. When people start coming in here asking me, why do I read the Bible when it's written by a white man? And I would cackle at the top of my lungs and look at them and say, you evidently don't read it. Because if all they got to do is show you a picture of a white person and you turn around, well, if they can hide your history by painting it white, you wasn't deserving of it anyway, I guess. You wasn't supposed to know it. You, my brother, respect. You are my brother over and over and over again. Listen, listen. This the thing. They hide the truth in plain sight. Okay? And to my white family, y'all know I love y'all. It's y'all cousins I don't care for. To my white folks in here, because we got plenty of white folks. This is a multicultural school. We don't hate on nobody. We love everybody. We don't care what you do in your bedroom. We don't care about, you got to talk to God about that. We don't care. We don't care if you used to do magic. Long as you ain't doing no magic over here, we don't care. Come and learn what you need to. You hear me? We don't. Because that ain't our place to judge you. You could have not liked niggas when you got over here. And then you found out, I like niggas. I didn't even know. Well, specifically this one and the other ones in my class. Maybe not all of them, but I like the niggas that's over here. I'm sure that there were some racist people, and something about CERCA, I have that effect on people. They be like, I'm not racist to everybody because I love you. And I said, well, if you love me, you got to love all of them. Well, we'll just keep it with you for right now. So you, okay, well, I got kids. Well, they're a part of you, so that's fine. Make me feel like you my Millie and I'm. I'm for real. Isabel, shoot. Goodness gracious. This world is so crazy. Anyway, now that I've gone on my rant, you said, now I know I've already apologized to this family for being this color. Krista, we love you. This the thing. I love white people. I do. I just don't like the racist ones. And if they get some sense, I'm listen. Listen to me. I grew up in a very racist place. Very racist. I'm telling you. I love white people. The ones that act like they got some sense. I love Spanish people. The ones that act like they got some sense. I love Asians. I love everybody that act like they got some damn sense. As y'all can see, I don't do folks that irritate other people. I'm not going to let them irritate you, and I'm not going to let them irritate me. I'm not. But it gets frustrating when you have opened up your heart and all kinds of stuff to people, and they be hiding this hidden stuff, wanting to calling you niggas behind your back. I got some choice words, and I guarantee you they'll make me want to fight you, or you want to fight me. if I really go and say what I want to say. And most times I do, but I have had to calm myself down on here. But we can go round for round. And I guarantee you're going to be real red in the face by the time I get done. And I'm not going to yell or scream or nothing. I'm going to look you dead in your eyes and say it so I know you hear me, because you got to be quiet to hear what I'm saying. So you're going to have to calm down and listen. And then I'm going to go and jab you right there in that good old thing. And then you'll probably turn red again. He said exactly why I'm on my third page. They report me. Listen, this is the thing. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate nobody. I don't want to see nobody hurt. I don't want to see nobody suffer. But some people make your butt itch. They do. They feel like worms squiggling around, and you just want to expel them. The people that hate people because of the color of their skin, and you don't know these people, and you're willing to hurt them because of your envious, jealous, mad because you wasn't born with melanin type feelings, that don't have nothing to do with nobody else. That don't give you the right to destroy anybody else. You need to take your issue up with God. He chose to make you not have melanin. That don't have nothing to do with us. We didn't get to choose to be black. It happened. None of us chose to be the color that we are. And you can't say you hate us because you do everything we do. People that I don't like, I don't even care what they're doing. I don't even want them breathing by me. And I'm damn sure not going to run over to where they at and try to say, I don't like you being here. I ain't even going to acknowledge that they even around. You could live right next door to me and I act like I don't see you. So your hatred ain't even really hatred. It ain't. It's jealousy. But jealousy and hatred do run together. And so does envy. Because if it didn't, you wouldn't be painting your face orange like that. I'll be right back. You would not be painting your face orange looking like a shriveled up potato that had been in the microwave too long. And you put butter on and put it back in. And yes, it's my mean week. So I'm saying all the stuff I probably wouldn't normally say because I. So, yeah. Because y'all all done cooked the potato in the microwave and opened it up and the skin wrinkly on the outside and it's just dry. You didn't cook it too long. Parts of it is hard, parts of it is soft. It ain't even cooked all the way. The parts where you stabbed it with a knife is real, real hard because they overcooked, like him. He looked like somebody left him in the oven too long, but parts of it didn't get the heating element on it or something. I don't know. No salt, no pepper, no color, no nothing. Just raggedy. Moving on. He said, I can't stand a microwave potato. Well, that's what we going to start calling him. Are y'all right with that? Instead of DT, we going to call him MP for microwave potato. No more DT around here. Those letters are too honorable for you. We're going to call you MP for microwave potato. That's what we going to call him from now on. He'll think it's a military police. No, sir. You're not even a mashed potato. You're a microwave potato. Potatoes that are boiled they got a little water in them. You too dried up. They didn't even put a paper towel and put no water on you. They just put you in there and left you. Can you tell I'm a little irritated about this man? Because I have 4 black children and get ready to have 4 black grandchildren. None of this is funny to me. I'm trying to make light of a really bad situation. My grandma used to say, nothing wrong with being a copycat. You just need to know the right cat to copy. This part, I don't even want you copying me. I don't like that. Not if you jealous. I don't want a jealous person copying me for nothing. Because they always going to be trying to outdo me as something I started. You're weird. I told y'all. I ain't never been okay with it. Ever.
Plastered all over the news. We hear everything else. We ain't hear about Michael Brown, the white male who he was in Montana, in Anaconda, Montana, and he decided that he was gonna go down to where all of the police was at, the bar that they was at. Yeah, he swung the door open and started letting off with his AR. Yeah. Yeah, why we ain't hear, and they got a manhunt for him? Obviously, on the dangerous. Obviously, he ain't trying to go. He ain't trying to see no cell. But how come we ain't heard all about this? This should have been the number 1 on the news. He opened the door into the bar and just started letting everybody have it. What made him snap? He was, mind you, he was a cop. He was a cop. What made him do that? This is
not with a 9mm, not with a shotgun, with an AR. Had y'all heard it? I hadn't heard nothing either. Had y'all heard anything about that? And he posted that today. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me, 1 week ago. Sorry, 1 week ago. Not today, 1 week ago. So that happened 7 days ago. I didn't hear nothing about that 7 days ago. Did you? You heard about it? Because I didn't. You hadn't heard about it either, Krista? So it's pretty much everybody's first time hearing that a police officer went to the bar where all his friends was at, opened the door and took an AR, and he was. But they talking about DC.
questions that we gotta really start asking ourselves: what would make him do that?
We have some news right now. The United States Supreme Court has officially been formally asked to reconsider their Obergefell decision that codified same-sex marriage rights just several years ago. A new petition has been filed by Kim Davis, a clerk who refused to marry same-sex couples previously, and this case specifically asks the justices to overturn the landmark Obergefell decision. Now, if the justices agree to take it and do overturn Obergefell, that wouldn't undo any marriage already done. And this is no guarantee that the justices will even take this case. For the justices to take the case, they need 4 to agree to overturn past precedent, or to take the case. And then they would need 5 to overturn this past precedent. Now here's the thing. You have a 6-3 majority in the court. You have multiple justices, including Justice Roberts, who's a swing justice, previously blasting the Obergefell decision. This is what they have been trying to set up on the right for a long time. We'll see if they decide to take the case or not. Spread the word.
So they're going to do gay marriage, and they already put in the paperwork for interracial. It's out, ain't Louisiana or somewhere else already working on that too? I know it's down south somewhere, Mississippi, Alabama. I saw the CDC got shot 17 times. I saw that. I know the demographics I'm dealing with, and that was my official design. You said homeschooling, and think about it. Yeah, everything, every day. Every day. Tell me that's not crazy. Hold on.
We're being told that we need to upload our ID as a way of keeping us all safer online, but it feels very unsafe, giving the platforms exactly what they've been trying to get from us. Our verified ID that we know is worth billions to them. So in order to use social media soon, we're going to have to upload a more sensitive kind of ID, like our driver's license and passport.
This is in Australia, not America. This is in Australia. Okay?
That's got things like our date of birth and photo, and it will all be linked to our social media activity. So we want to keep kids and ourselves safer online, but this feels so risky, doesn't it? It feels like we're playing straight into their profit model, giving them more of what they want from us. Plus, it puts ourselves at even more risk. You know, our ID is with them, plus our ID is somewhere up online, ready to be hacked. This is a complex issue, and there's no simple solution. But a better strategy has to be one that doesn't put us in such an unsafe situation and puts more of the onus on the social media platforms, impacting their profit, impacting their advertising revenue. Sidebar, we done forgot all about Brother Bill. Bill been too quiet. Bill Gates, you have been extremely quiet. We forgot about you. Dante Reed Musk, he done took your spot. We looking at him, but it's really you because you on the silent doing your big dirt. Big words, mark of the beast. Bill, let's just talk about it. My nerves almost went. The tick tick boom. It all works together. You see that? Mark of the beast. Yeah, blah blah. Digital ID. Mark of the beast. It all works together. You see that? Mark of the beast. ID.
Mexico already decided they're going biometric, the whole country. Did we talk about all of this in 22? Did we? We talked about it going back to Martin Luther King days. We talked about Germany. We talked about digital ID. We talked about the military on the streets. We talked about the economic crash. We talked about this man being here. We talked about the temple, the red heifers, the floods, the sickness. We talked about all of this in 22. Discussed it earlier here at home, Revelations 13. Uh-oh. You see this, Sarah? Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't care what y'all say. I know the people that used to be here in 22 and 23 that caught that attitude with me. I know they seeing the news and I know they thinking about our class. This I know for a fact. I said y'all not gonna want to hear it until it's happening. I get it, but I'm just talking to the people that's listening, cause God don't lie to me, and everything that He tells me to pay attention to is gonna be in my future. No matter how crazy it seems. I got called liars because I told people that the military is about to be on our streets. I got called a false prophet because I begged people to get everything they needed because they might not be able to leave their house because the military was going to be policing our streets. And now what's happening and been happening, because it's still happening in certain places where the military ain't left, where there's been natural disasters. Do you all remember in 2023 or 2024 when they put out that note saying Airbnb said military this natural disaster with your money? And I said, well, they must be planning all of that, because how would they know that those things are happening? And then you know what started happening right after that? The floods in North Carolina and all of these places. And you know what else started happening because of the floods and the natural disasters or cyber attacks? Why in the world would you deploy the military for a cyber attack? What do the National Guard have to do with a cyber attack? Wouldn't that be Homeland Defense? Excuse me. They do terror threats and stuff like that, right? What is the National Guard gonna do for some computer stuff? Thank you. Why? What are armed men gonna do for a cyber attack? As much as they try to downplay their actions, they tell on themselves like kids every single time. Dang, that's in here. Okay. Everything that we study. Ooh. Everything that we studied is here. Everything. Thank you. Everything is these books in here, y'all. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. Hold on. Oh. Jeez. know what this makes me think about? It makes me think about us buying all these books because most people are not going to want to upload their ID to the internet in a month and a half. So the internet is literally getting ready to go away for us, which means they're going to be restricting the information, and God told us they was going to do that too. That's why we went and got a whole bunch of books. Think about it. We talked about this. We talked about the internet going away. And I kept saying, this ain't going to be here long, so we might as well get it while we can because it's going to go away. Because once certain things go into play, and this was in 22, I said, I ain't about to be on here. That's why all my videos is down from this. And they about to come down from this one. I've been trying to leave them up, but it's tough. We did talk about all of it, sister. And it's just scary to think about.
How close are we to another civil war? I think we're closer than we'd like to think. And I used to be afraid to talk about it. Now I'm Texas. How close are we to another civil war? I think we're close. Texas. How close are we to another civil war? Texas. How close are we to another civil war? I think we're closer than we'd like to think. And I used to be afraid to talk about it. Now Texas. How close are we to another civil war? I think we're closer than we'd like to think. And I used to be afraid to talk about it. Now I think it's important for us to talk about it. To talk about a civil war? Yeah, because I think we have to be aware of where we're at. I don't think it's going to be north and south with large marching armies. You know, if I live in Illinois, there's going to be Republicans and Democrats in Illinois. I do think it could get violent easily. I mean, that's scary. It is scary. And Democrats in Illinois, I do think it could get violent easily. I mean, that's scary. It is scary. Illinois, I do think it could get violent easily. I mean, that's scary. It is scary. If a sitting representative like Kinzinger thinks a second civil war is possible, it's something we need to take seriously. So I decided to gather Americans in one of our most sacred traditions of civic unity.
Who remembers me showing y'all an old post that I made in 20 or 21? And I said, I'm just getting ready for this civil war that people don't think is coming. Y'all remember this? And I showed y'all the date. It was like April 8th of, I think, 2021. Or either 2020. I showed y'all, remember? And I showed y'all the date. You remember, Diana? That was 5 years ago that God told me the Civil War was coming. And I called my brothers. I called all the pastors I knew. And everybody told me I was crazy. And guess what? Well, guess what's happening right now? You said this is so heavy. I remember it all. So did God warn us, family? Were our classes that we were having for nothing? Us teaching our children to be quiet, how to run and hide, teaching our teenagers that they need to take this route, that right, this route. Be home. Let me know where you are. Don't be in no. Was all of it worth it? Because it definitely prepared us for every single thing. Not that it's just going around in the United States, but the world. He kept warning us, did he not? She do too much yelling because I'm trying to get your attention. She say it all the time because it's about to happen. Y'all don't see the fire in me like y'all used to in 22, 23, and even parts of last year. I'll be like, because we in it now. We are literally in it. Ain't no need for me to get on here yelling and hollering and screaming about whatever because we here. Hey, Keisha, we are literally here. In every sense of the way. We went and watched about the containment camps. We went and watched about the disease and how quickly it spreads. We went and watched about animal hybrids. We went and watched. It ain't nothing that we watched that isn't relevant to 2025. Not one Google search. Not nothing. Everything. I'll be in that helicopter. I'll be the helicopter parent to the extent of poking and reminding. Listen. We were in training and didn't even, well, we knew it, but it didn't feel like training. The floods, he told us about the floods. He did, Keish, didn't he? And they ain't stopped coming yet, huh? He told, listen, I know I talked to y'all about it in March. Because I got back from Georgia like February 29th or 28th of last year. And the floods have not stopped coming. Not just here either, all around the world. Most of the stuff we talked about in 22, 23, and 24 is worldwide now. It's not just America. And people kept saying, where do you think this is going to happen? And I said, all around the world. What I'm telling you is not just America. Every single thing that we're talking about is going to be all around the world, didn't I? The floods, all around the world. The Civil War, all around the world. It's going. There's not going to be a place to run to because it's going to be happening everywhere. You're just not going to know about it. What are they doing now? Censoring our social media. I believe it. God is love. I believe it. You said fifth wave. I believe it. You said my best friend just lost everything in her apartment from a flood. Okay. And we talked about it, Loretta. We've been talking about it. This is why we got our bins and stuff and try to put most of our important stuff in waterproof buckets. The flood from the weekend here was wild and the energy was different. I believe it. This part, T. I believe it. Do y'all remember me saying it's going to happen real fast and it's going to be everything happening at once? Do it feel like that yet? They was like, she go too fast because I got to pack a lot of information into a short amount of time. I said, and it ain't just going to be when they was like, you need to focus on this. No, you need to mind your business. You said, I'm in Milwaukee and wasn't expecting it like that. Keish, did you have your floaties? Did you had a check? I don't want to be in your business, but you know. I'm telling you, I felt so convicted to move, even though I live on the east coast of Florida. God says stay. Listen. Because he can protect you right where you at. Right, I had a chance to share a lot with my sisters and niece all day yesterday. Hopefully seeds planted, get watered by joining or doing a rewatch. Listen. I just saw a lady talking about she waiting for the rapture. You need to get one of these and tap on her thing and say, if you don't wake your tail up, what is wrong with you? Wake up! Wake up. Get up. I'm gonna have to do y'all like my grandbaby do me. Wake up! She'll pull your eyelids back. Pull they damn eyelids back and tell them to wake up. We keep hearing unprecedented and never before. And God told us the words to listen to, literally. I want them to see how he protects us as though he hasn't before. Listen, my household was okay. Minor water damage in the basement. I'm happy y'all okay. What they be saying, you weak in the knees. Stand up. Jeez. Listen. Who understands why y'all TT sister, cousin, niece, whatever, sister-in-law didn't want to be trapped in a hole with nobody that didn't want to see what was going on? Y'all used to think I was mean, and now you understand why. I'm not going to have time to explain everything to you. You just going to have to know in my eyes it's time to go, or to shut up, or to be quiet. Don't make no noise. People said I was being mean to their kids when I told you better tell them once and that's it. Ain't no 2 or 3 times, because we might not have. I said, we could have people walking on these streets with them big old things like that man went in that police place with. They not going to care. We are dealing with people that are full of rage and hate and jealousy and all the bad stuff. They don't care about hurting no kids because the children are already being assaulted. Hell, the men being assaulted in the alligator place. The men are being assaulted. They not being assaulted by no women. And these are all men that have wives at home. MAGAs. Y'all voted against gay rights, but y'all want to get a nigga in a position where, cause out on the street you wouldn't have tried him. But it's such things as prison revolts, and niggas will die for what they believe in, especially their backside. Believe it. Fight to the death. They gonna take somebody with them. Y'all better quit playing. Don't nobody want to see a little shriveled up thing anyway. Hello? And why is you trying to put it in a man if you so anti-gay, sir? Help us understand. You got a whole MAGA wife at home with crazy looking eyeliner on. I mean, because that man that wasn't even supposed to be there was assaulted by another man. Hello? Say a lot about y'all character. Y'all not hiding it. We know what it is. So because you envy them that have reach, you try to dehumanize them and emasculate them. Interesting. Well, it's not our problem. You wasn't born with no reach, sir. You need to take that up with the Lord. Because that's all it be, is de-envy. That's all it is. In real life. Because you got to think, these men, when these men are being processed, who you think processing them? And if you're closeted, it's then turned you on to see this man naked. So you act like you hate him, so you got a reason to be near him. Hello. You said through all the community apps. Come on. Grindr didn't shut down during the times it did. Bussy Bandit. You know what? Mari, come over here and get your cousins. Come over here. Come over here and get. Don't start over here. Don't start. Now, Mari is over here. Queen's been good this evening. Don't get them started. Mark said, let them be free. Somebody come. Isabel, is you over here? Come get your cousin. Somebody come get you. Somebody come get y'all cousins because I can feel it. They about to cut up. They about to cut up on this side. Y'all, now listen. Queen, get them. Queen, please. Get them, Queen. Come, Isabel, get your cousins. Somebody, put them into the corner. We trying to, I'm just playing with you. Okay? But think about this. What is Lucifer's job? T. What is Lucifer's job? What is his job? What is his first job? Before making people lose their souls, to destroy. He wants to tear down the man, to control the man. That is what Lucifer does. And if he breaks down the man, it's easy to get to the women because the man is going to break down the woman and the woman will break down the children. It is systematic attacks that he launches against humans. You've already taken them away from their family. You already have control over them, and now you want control over their body? You weird. MAGA. Because what possesses you to want to... But you act like out here that you don't like it. But then you get a person in a situation where they can't defend themselves, and you do that? That make you feel like a man? It shouldn't. Crouching at the door. Listen. That's how you know they working under the spirit of the devil. That's how you know. Hey, Mr. Avery. Come on. Keish, they doing the same thing that Massa did. Same thing. It ain't changed. They still the same. They still the same. They baby, you can't, they still doing this. It's in their DNA. Not all of y'all, because my cousins, I love y'all. But y'all cousins, it's in their DNA. You want to ravish everything. The dog, the cat, the fish, the turkey, the chickens, the man, the woman, the child. Ain't nothing off limits to you, to your perversion. You done showed us for centuries. Ain't changed a lick. Murderous, rapacious, just... Anyway. Conquering is a little man said, it sure is. Teeny weeny, sir. Teeny weeny. Moving on. Ain't no BD energy over there. Ain't no BD energy over there. I'm telling you what I know. Because the BD energy don't move like that. It don't. Nope. BDE do not move like that. They don't. So, moving on. Sad. I don't want to talk about them anymore. So, we are now probably in the 3.5 year, like I said. Okay? It's all in the walk, Michael, nephew. %, with the head shake. I'm trying to tell you, it don't move like that. It don't. But we are in about the 42nd month. Do it feel like the 42nd month of the 7 years to y'all? Do it? Raise your hand if it feel like the second half. We in the second half of the game. Hopefully, not hopefully. It don't, Keish? Really? Yeah, we in the second half now, y'all. You can tell by everything that's happening. Feel like it's almost over. Ain't that crazy how folks about to wake up? They don't even know. I feel like the 20 is either from 20 or 21. We ain't got much. Too many things have happened. Right? And so you know how they're rushing to build this temple. It's prefab, so we don't have to worry about it taking no years. It's going to be up shortly. They said what? They trying to get it up by September. He definitely is issuing lawlessness, and we talked about it being lawlessness, didn't we? That's a good point. Didn't we talk about it being a lot of lawlessness at this time? Do y'all see it? Remember when we broke down lawlessness and we went through there? And we read in the lost books about the lawlessness that's going to be happening and all of the things. See, the church is blinded right now, but they need that other information. But they too busy trying to get y'all money. They too busy trying to get y'all money. So they can't tell you what's happening. But guess what? I'm going to tell you. For free. For $0.00. Because I care about y'all families and I want y'all families to be okay. And I want you to understand that we probably are in the last 3 years of the world. And that's not if we got 3 years. It doesn't matter if you believe it. Because it's happening. They said the mark wasn't real and now there's a digital ID that you won't be able to... Oh! Let's go ahead and play that. That's what I was looking for originally. Let's see if we can find it. Oh. Well, we'll go back to that. Well, real quick before we do that. Did we talk about this?
With fears that prices will be going way up, some Americans have started panic buying. Consumers going on a tariff-induced shopping spree, from appliances to alcohol, hoarding items like toothpaste and toilet paper.
We were talking about it that we should buy some rice because we get rice that's made in Thailand. And we said we don't really need it right now, but I'm going to buy it.
Yep.
Oh, Marty, before I can even ask. We did, didn't we? Didn't we say that was... We said, watch, as soon as they going to start panic buying. But see, we've been buying for the last 3.5 years, so we don't got to do none of that. Mr. Avery, where my nephew at that told his peoples, he said, well, if they don't want to get right, ain't it your 8-year-old grandson, 9-year-old grandson that was talking crazy? He said, we ain't got to worry about them, Papa, because we got our stuff. I don't know what they gonna do. Y'all remember? Wasn't that your grandbaby that said, Papa, we ain't got to worry about none of that. We got our stuff. It sure was. Okay. The 8-year-olds know. Yeah. We got our stuff. We got what we need. Mm-hmm. And do. I'm trying to tell you. It has been the most difficult thing to let go of, hey, if you don't want to get your stuff, that don't have nothing to do with me. You're just telling me that you want to take the mark of the beast. I understand. That's how I feel. Little cousin, he's smart and young. Come on. Y'all don't remember we had a lot of our little babies in here, our teenagers, helping their mamas like, Mama, here goes some money. What do we need? It's sad that 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds can see it and 50-year-olds can't. 45-year-olds, 70-year-olds can't see it. Mind blowing to me that these young babies know what's up and grown, supposed to everybody know, everybody hearing from God, whatever. They don't know what's going on. They have no idea. You said I need to get this guy out of my house. He talking about if I don't want to share, he gonna take it. You ever been hunting? You know, when you go hunting, you need a partner and all those things. And you know accidents happen sometimes. I thought he was a deer. Well, he looked like a deer to me. Baby, you go on down there and see what's down there. See if we can catch something. Are you all right? You said I almost hit you. I thought you were a deer. I thought you were a doe. That wasn't a rabbit down there, are you sure? The hell? Single don't fail me now. I gotta put this nigga out. Single don't fail me now. I gotta put this nigga out. Oh, what you?
That's right, American.
No. Single don't fail me now. I gotta put this nigga out. Baby, listen. You about to take what and you ain't putting nothing in on nothing, nigga? And this is why when I was married, I was hiding everything that I was getting because I told y'all my ex-husband would have turned me into the people. God told me he would have turned me into the people. You said have me singing. You making up stuff. Got to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I already know if I was still with my ex-husband, there's a lot of stuff I probably still wouldn't have. Because he was gonna make sure of it. Accidents do happen. The heck? And now you understand why I've been telling y'all, get away from the people that are jealous of you. Get away from the people that's envious of you. Because if they don't come and try to take your stuff, they're going to tell the people where you at, plain and simple. It ain't no in between. First, they going to try to finagle their way into your home. I don't care if it's mama, daddy, cousin, sister, everybody that called you crazy. They thinking about everything that you said. They're thinking about all the things that you purchased. They ain't crazy. They know you ain't been popping out and doing whatever you been doing and staying silent. They peeped. I'm telling you right now, if you ever had an inkling that they was on some weird stuff, get away from them now, because you about to see people's true colors right now. You ever had a feeling that they'll do you dirty? I would be moving around. I don't care if it's sister, brother, cousin, whatever, because it's gonna be a lot of click booms. Listen, it said brother gonna turn against brother. We read it. Father against son, mother against daughters, brothers and sisters against each other. You about to see the worst in your people. I believe the Bible. And the Bible said that in the last days, families was going to be enemies. And that's why I'm not where none of mine is. Not a soul.
These are the top results.
There you go with that funny stuff. You hear me? I believe the Bible too. And that's why I don't care if you want to be my friend, all the fake friend. What the? Monitoring spirit? The heck? I've been in here all this time, no problems. Now all of a sudden it's a net in here. From where? From where? You hear me? You said I definitely will be Mr. Bacon. We no longer family. Our family don't apply right now. Family didn't apply when I was saying let's all get together and go get some stuff to make sure we can all eat and have lights. And we wasn't friends when I was trying to tell you about what was coming, and I was sending you all the videos to go get stuff like this so that you and your kids ain't got to be in the dark, because this is being powered by my body right now. Nothing else. The electricity in my body is making sure that we ain't gonna be in the dark. Hell, it might not be no electricity out there, but I got some, long as this heart is beating. Did they? Where can you get these? You can get 4 of them. Now, I don't know how cheap they is. Hurry up and grab them. They got them at Walmart before they run up on these prices. They used to be like $36 to $40 for 4. I don't know how much they is now because we bought them a couple years ago. But I would say hurry and get these. This is better than any nails, shoes, purse, Uber Eats. This. Because it can be powered with water. It can be powered with dirt. And I think you can put it on a full pan and it'll come on too. Thank you, Mr. Avery. This is a better 40 spent than the 3.5, I promise you. This right here. Okay. These. Rechargeable light bulbs. They got them at Walmart and they have them at Sam's. They have a lot of emergency. If you go to Costco and Sam's, you've been walking past it probably. You stuff like this you can buy with food stamps. This chicken is good in a can up to 25 years. It don't need no refrigeration. Y'all remember what happened during 2020? You want to take care of that before. You need to have a lot of rice and beans, canned goods, dried foods. You said I'm about to hit the clearance rack tomorrow. Come on. You need to have a way to heat your home. You need to have a way to light your home. You need to have a way to filter some water because it's about to get ugly. I'm telling you right now. And you're not going to want to go outside. If you can get you some blackout curtains and black trash bags and stuff, you need to get those. Yep. Seeds and trees with EBT, this part. Come on. Listen. If you were caught off guard in 2020, you need to stop blowing your money now. Quit trying to impress people and impress the people that live in your house. You cannot feed your children clothing. You cannot feed them shoes. Okay? Them clothes ain't gonna keep them from being scared but this will. There's not going to be no TV. As y'all can see, you got to upload your ID for everything. In a minute, it's going to be all the streaming services. They're going to be able to say what you can watch or even if you can get online. So having something like this is going to be important. It's small.
Let me correct that. In the military, Ukrainian military, about 300,000 dead or wounded. It's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. 7 million people have fled Ukraine, left their homes, out of there.
You said AM wave radios are super neat, Sarah. Sarah. Things like this are going to be important just in case you have to leave your space. Sarabe! Sorry, I can't help it. This is a portable pot that smashes down that could go in a to-go bag, and I can't help it. Sorry. Don't be mad if I start calling you that. You been Sarah this whole time. I'm going to go on and change your name to Sarabe. I'm going to do it. You need something like this in your car and in your house. This is a trenching tool. It's also got a little hatchet on it. Some survival stuff. You need more than one of these. Yep. You definitely need walkie-talkies. We have those as well. If you can get a CB radio, I would do so. It's okay. My name is Sarah Elizabeth, so it's fine. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yep. So we're going to call you Sarabe. Yep, that's going to be your new name. You have been dubbed Sarabe. Sarabe! I don't know why I like that part. Crazy. Here we go. There's a little bit more here that we can... So there's like a little pot set, right? And bowl and cup. Right? So there's a little bowl. Okay. There's a little bowl. And another little bowl. And this comes with 2 pots. This set does. Right? So it's bowls with lids. The lid is over there somewhere. This is another bowl. Like a larger bowl to store. What wasted on here? Some kind of oil or something. Uh-oh, something leaking. I do not know what that is. Some grease. I don't know what kind of oil that is on here. Why would that be on here? These was in a box, in my office box, so ain't no telling. You said I was so grateful I was already a camper beforehand. I got a lot of my camping gear. Come on. All right. This is for the folks that might not know, because you might have to leave and go somewhere. So here's a little bit bigger bowl. If you got to use your, what you call it? Your butane stove or whatever. Right? You got 2 little bowls. It's got a cup and something else to it too. But you see is this. There's a smaller pot that comes with this set too. And now you can't put this over no open fire, but you can put it on one of the little camping stoves. Okay? You hear me? You can put this on one of your little, the little butane stoves that we gave out. It's not for no super big nothing. You can see this on the back. Right? You just need that little fire thing, the little butane stoves that we found, okay? But it'll cook. You can boil whatever you gonna do and all of that kind of stuff. So I even have a teapot that folds down like this. I think they got them. I don't know how much they are now, but we bought them. You can plug them up and they boil water in what, like 60 seconds or a little bit faster than that. So you can, if you had to do something where people couldn't smell your food, right? You could put your survival food in here, your dried food, pour the boiling water over it and just let it sit. Stock up as best you can with the little propane tanks. Exactly. Exactly. But if you had to, put some dry pasta in here because you don't want to get the smell going because folks can smell your food. You can put the pasta in here, put the boiling water in here, put the lid on it. It's gonna cook. It's gonna do what it need to do. Now it ain't gonna be no 8 minutes like we used to, but you can still have hot food or hot drinks or whatever else it is, right? And all of this stuff collapses and it goes in your survival bag because we don't know what we're gonna have to do. We really don't. We have no idea of how we about to have to live, and it's important to have some emergency stuff. And like I said, during 2020, a lot of people were not prepared for 2020. They weren't. And it's not going to be like that because there's not going to be any services available. Mm-hmm. Yep. You said yard sales. Yep. It's a lot of places. Wherever you going to get it, honey. Okay? Folks got to go. They going to go where they going to go. I'm just telling them what they need to get. You can go wherever you're going to get it from. T-Move, wherever. We've already gone over that. Because as soon as I say one place, people going to say 50 others. So I'm just showing them this will be a positive thing to have. Okay. As a former flight attendant, heated lunch boxes are a game changer. They'll cook your food too. Oh, I know. I bought my ex-husband one. He was a trucker. Definitely know about those. Definitely know about those. They work. We got a few different little ways to cook and things like that. But you're gonna need, like I tell people, I would get a solar generator. I don't know too much about the gas thing because gas runs out very quickly in emergencies. Everybody be trying to run their gas generators. So solar is probably you could have both. But I would definitely get a very good solar power generator just for right now. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. For sure, because, y'all done seen in all of the disasters, people be standing in line for gas, the gas run out. What if that's how you run in your house? So at that time, you ain't going to be trying to power your whole house. You're going to power the things that you need, right? Emergency, everybody get their emergency charge. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? One thing leads you to another. I never thought about a portable shower until I needed it. Warm shower. Water is better than cold or none. This part. This part. You hear me? Ain't that crazy how we got the stuff and it's just like, thank you, God. Because if we only got a bucket of water, we going to take a shower. Ain't nobody about to be walking around here stinking. No. And we got portable toilets too. If I got to dig a hole, thank you. Keep covering it up. Hey, move it to the next spot over and over and over. This is what we doing around here. I'm not going to keep pooping in this toilet. Ain't no water running in it. At least with my portable toilet, I can put a bag or something down in there if I have to and run all that out of here. It ain't about to be sitting up in here. Nope. Outside and all. I ain't thinking of that part. This. I listen. I done been in the hood where the water been turned off and the lights done been turned off. I done been over there and I done live with people that was a scenario. And so I know how to live in that situation because I went to people's houses that didn't have no water. And they used to have to get buckets to flush the toilet. I lived with my auntie and this was the thing. So she didn't have no electricity at one point in time. That didn't mean her house didn't stay clean. I've seen her shave soap to make laundry soap and dish detergent. A bar soap of ivory to wash dishes. Now, I ain't gonna say they taste the best, but they was clean. We about to have to go do that stuff. Hello. grab the bucket, stand in the tub, and go to work. I'm trying to tell you. And since we got our portable showers, and look here, but look, that's why we bought them carafes too, and them jugs that stay hot, the half-gallon and gallon jugs that we got that stay hot for a 24 hours. They stay cold 48 hours. They stay hot 24 hours. Okay. I'm not about to use up all my resources. I got that carafe and I got that little jug. I'm going to fill both of them up with boiling water at the start of the day and before I go to bed. So if it's cold and I need to wake up and drink something hot because it ain't no heat, I already got hot water sitting and waiting. If I know I'm getting ready to go to bed in the next 30 minutes, I'll be boiling some water to put in both of those. So that way when I wake up, I can have me some hot. And this is saving my wood or saving my butane or whatever type of fire source I got. If I have the things that I need, then if I need to clean something, if I need to pour this on here and just let my noodles cook or make some, what y'all call it, quick oatmeal or whatever, all of this. Okay? You said so this $1 and some change. Yep, we got some. We got the blue one, and some folks got the pink one. We got it. We got it. We already bought some. I believe we bought that in the beginning of the year or last year. We have some. I'm just saying, these are all things that we're going to need to do, okay, to make it without all of our amenities that we're so used to, because we are in the tribulation. And if you can't feel it, you said, what about water supply? Store as much water as you can, and then find the local creeks and stuff that are close to you that hopefully you're not on anybody's land. That's the best thing I can say. Find all the kind of open open water around you, because you might have to filter that pond water. If there's no running water, what you gonna do? I've been okay. How are you? I mean, what we gonna do? Sonia, have you gone and watched my survivor videos? If you haven't, I encourage you to do so. Because there's a lot of questions you've asked me, not that they're bad, but all of those questions are going to be answered in my 2 survival videos. I go through all of the survival stuff that I believe we should have. I definitely think you should watch either 1 or 1 and 2. For sure. Because there's a number of ways that you can do that. But if you have, I'm serious. I'm not teaching you the survival techniques. I'm just telling you to get the tools that you'll need to do it. And I'd rather have the tools and not know and have to teach myself than to not know and not have the tools. In my thing I do, I have them in my, no. Mm-mm. It's okay. But you'll know how. Like, that's why I said, if you go and watch those 2 videos, you don't have to watch it all the way through. Just go and look at the stuff that I'm showing, and you'll know how I plan to do everything I'm going to do. I have a book list in my Amazon storefront up there. It's not all the books, but there's some in there. Thank you, TT, for your steadfast faithfulness to share all your heart. All you have. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Everything you share has changed my life in ways I never known. Listen, when Nathan was a baby, I didn't have enough money to pay to wash his clothes. Best believe his clothes was pressed with my feet and dried on the line, and was. Baby, I'm so good with that. Wrap it in a towel and keep it down and bust it off. Listen, I know how to survive. Oh, okay. I know how to survive now. That I know how to do. You ain't got to be around here crazy if you just pay attention. You hear me? You do not have to be out here crazy. You understand? You don't. Mm-mm. And I won't. I do not care about impressing nobody. I care about not being cold. That's why we got wool socks. Big ugly ones. We got wool blankets. The uglier the better. You hear me? Listen, it's a real thing. And they work. They sure do. Listen, this is the thing. If you are still trying to live to impress people, you looking at life wrong. You need to make sure because these people that's over us is not gonna take care of us. As a matter of fact, they want most of us gone, like 8.2 for sure, or 7.9 billion people. They want them to go away, and they are working their system to make it happen. Do not think that there's gonna be lines of donation. None of that is here. All the food that was being given out during 2020 is rotting in the fields. All of the help has been taken away by budget cuts. So if you are waiting on these people to take care of you, you are fooling yourself. They are not going to feed your children. They are not going to help you pay your bills. They're not. They don't intend to. Survival tip 101. Keep your mouth shut. This part. This. You need to get what you need before you need it. Because with these tariffs, a lot of stuff is not, all these companies talk about, they probably gonna have to close down. Did we talk about the stores not being open? And it not being anything to buy because it's gonna be too expensive. Or you don't have the ID so you can't get, that's, every time I go to show y'all this video, I start talking about something else.
Laws that are coming into here in Australia, we need to fight back. They'll make it that you can't access your bank account or anything anywhere. But you do understand if you leave the country after you've made a digital ID in Australia, they will forever have control over your shit. They will follow you for the rest of your life. Apparently we're not even going to be able to make a Google search without it. Yeah. You won't be able... The digital ID laws that are coming into here in Australia, we need to fight back. They'll make it that you can't access your bank account or anything anywhere. But you do understand if you leave the country after you've made a digital ID in Australia, they will forever have control over your shit. They will follow you for the rest of your life. Apparently we're not even going to be able to make a Google search without it. Yeah. You won't be able to access anything. You'll say, no, it's not mandatory, but you can't access your bank account with a digital ID. No, it's not mandatory, but you can't use Google search without digital ID. No, it's not mandatory, but you can't pay your rent without a digital ID. They're fucking literal snakes, these corrupt scumbags. I'm really concerned about this. I think life in Australia just got a whole heap more.
Did we talk about that? Mari. Did we, nephews? Didn't we? That everything this man is saying, he said that on 8/2. So 10 days ago, roughly, it's about to be the 12th. I said, oh. Nephew, I know when you saw it, you was like, hashtag screwed. Literally. This is why God was telling us, don't worry about buying no big old houses. Don't worry about getting no brand spanking new cars and all of that, because you ain't going to be able to do nothing with it anyway. Hashtag Forest people, this part. Didn't we talk? Did he tell us? He said, get the things you need. Get that. You said your jaw dropped for real. But nephew, don't it feel good to know it was coming though? I mean, it's mind-blowing to hear it when it's happening. But you can't tell me that you don't be happy that God warned us. And we listened. This why we bought tents. Because we already knew we wasn't going to be able to. He said they're going to be able to try. He said you're not even going to be able to do a Google search without giving your ID. Did we talk about it? You said I need to get a bigger tent. Listen. Did we talk about it? We talked about that very thing. Very much so. I was shook, but I'm prepared. Come on. They doing it now. Yep. That's why they trying to make it against the law to be homeless. Well, not trying. They're making it. It's against the law. Almost every service. Listen. And this is why. Now y'all see why Auntie ain't been moving around that much. I didn't care about going and doing a whole bunch of, when this all happened for me, I said I will be keeping a low profile. I don't need my face on a whole bunch of cameras all over the place. In this store and that store and this store and that store. No, thank you. I'll pass. That's why I told y'all quit telling people every single place you go eat and every single place. Quit doing that. Quit telling people everybody who you know and why you know them. Don't do that no more. Yeah. Yeah. It's real. It's real out here. All of it. And I'm grateful. You hear me? I'm grateful for every single thing that God told us, because he didn't have to. I'm grateful for every last one of y'all that opened up y'all eyes and listened, that cut your spending. We had already cut our spending, didn't we? We cut out the frivolous spending. See, the government is following in our, even though they're not cutting it now, but God told us to cut the frivolous spending and redo our budgets 3 years ago, for almost 4 now. And we did. And it worked out. Because he said everything that was going to be happening, it was going to be happening so fast that we wouldn't have time. Okay? I'm grateful for you and your resilience. Listen, yeah, because y'all used to give me a hard time. I don't care. I love y'all. I said I'm not going away. Samantha, I need you. I got a ton of classes, Pumpkin. If you want to go through that, I'm just not gonna do that just right now. We talking about something else already, baby girl. But I do have classes. We've been in Revelations for the last couple months. You can go and check on YouTube if you want to, and look around over there. CERCA TROVA 22. We was in what was it? We was in Revelations. What? Something today. But I got plenty of classes. But right now we talking about what we already talked about. And how God is confirming all of it for us. That's where we are right now. And it's a little spooky. Just a little bit. How detailed he was. You hear me? And how detailed we were. And he was, and how we paid it. You welcome. How we paid attention. And I'm so grateful for that. To everything. Because a lot of people, when they first came here, they was like, I'm not worried about that. It's overseas. I said, you got to stop not worrying about stuff that ain't just happening right where you at. Remember, at first it's not happening where I'm at. Well, that's not happening where I am. Okay. Well, that's okay. Because it will be. And it is now. You hear me? And it's sad, again, that the church has been rocked to sleep. They don't even see what's going on. They too worried about trying to be more anointed than this person, and sing better, and who got more followers, and who worships the Lord better. They're not trying to get people to Christ. Oh, I know. They're not trying to get people to Christ. They're trying to get people to them. This is why most of the folks in church, they don't got their survival stuff. If they hit the power tomorrow and shut the grocery stores down because he didn't declare some kind of emergency, how many people that have been told they ain't got to worry about nothing because they about to get on the rapture boat is about to be screwed because they did not read the word for themselves, and they listened to these lying pastors that told them that they didn't have to worry, even though the scripture says you do. The scripture says you absolutely not have to worry, but this man is going to be given power over you to overcome you. People going to be starving. They're going to be hungry. It's going to be sickness. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. People going to be taken prisoner. He said, but if you endure to the end, but a lot of the church folks going to have to take the mark because they thinking that other people going to be able to go and buy for them. They ain't been paying attention that they made it against the law to hurry up and start hoarding food and stuff. Well, we ain't hoarded nothing. This is what we've been buying for a long time. But the folks that's about to run out and make all these great big purchases in the next year or so, yeah, because it's going to be all digital. Not that they don't know what we bought already, but it was spread out over time. And we was using it still when we could still use cash. You said need to be prepared, you know. I've got to watch my money the next couple of months, but you know. Yes, I'm prepared. Okay. Well, this is my thing. If you love your family, you need to have food for them for the next 6 months. Nothing that needs to be refrigerated. Like they said, well, God will provide. Listen. You said I heard it will be January. I just told me and my brothers that. I just told some people. By January, we probably going to be digital. It's part of 2025. Just told some people that, and they still don't believe it. That's okay. Because if I don't have to go in the store, I'm going to be okay. Now, I ain't saying I'll be okay for 10 years, but I'm going to be okay for a while. I'll be okay. I'll make whatever I got work. You hear me? Mm-hmm. All of it. I'm not. It's just crazy. And now y'all see why I used to be going off on them pastors, because look how quickly all of this is happening. And the sad part about it is the pastors gonna help people take it. They gonna set up centers where you can come and get it at the church. Because they still want to be able to get their money. They're gonna encourage people to take it. Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you mean? Sound like thief in the night. Yeah, we living in it. Mm-hmm. Thank you. You said your church ain't saying nothing, Sunflower? Anybody else still go to church? And I'm not going to knock you if you do. Are y'all pastors telling y'all to prepare? And I'm not talking about for the rapture. I'm talking about for not being able to go into the store and buy anything. Anybody still go to church? What y'all pastors telling y'all? No? Anybody else? No? I do and no. Yahweh no. Not a thing, just smiles. Anybody else? Nothing, Valerie? You do and no, he's not? No, I stopped going, but he's running for mayor. Uh-oh. Only, okay. Interesting. You said it's more about getting right, but not preparing. I just recently attended just to see and nothing. Katie. No, they not saying nothing. That don't scare y'all. That don't make you nervous. If God said you ain't going to be able to buy or sell without the mark, it don't make no sense that they're not telling you to stock up. No, ma'am. And the one who was sugarcoating us, being prepared. Interesting. Y'all got over 1,000 members, Yahweh, and they still not saying nothing? Oh, I know that's what it is. Mm-hmm. They in that mindset because the pastors lied to them and told them that's what was going to happen. That's why they in that mindset, because pastors lied to them and told them that's what's going to happen. That's why they not prepping. Because they always say, my pastor said. They never said God said. They always say, my pastor said. You said it does scare me. That's why I was talking to my mom and grandma. My mom understood the assignment. Listen. You said, no, ma'am. The one that mentioned it is sugarcoating, getting prepared. Interesting. Asking me to come back and sing in the choir. I told them negative. Y'all lost. That's not funny, but I know how y'all be snapping. You want me to be lost like you? It's more people outside the church telling people than in the church. Shamika. The church going on says she believes it when she sees the signs. Like now? How you gonna see the signs and your eyes is closed? Because the signs is here. They didn't already sacrifice the red heifer. Baby, they building the temple. And the Antichrist been here for 3 years. What signs is they waiting on? He said it was gonna be floods and earthquakes and stuff in diverse places and famine and pestilence and sickness. What signs is they waiting on? The chariots? T. You said the exact ones you quoted. I got off the phone. Hilarious. They waiting for the horns, Lotus Flower Bomb. Okay. I don't know what they waiting on. I don't. I recently visited a church and all he said was there's something coming, but not to prepare. But best believe it was after the church offering. I have a question. They may be dumb. No dumb questions, but I'm not sure the answer. Is the mark physical chip or will it be tied to electronics? All of the above. July 1st. They did it July 1st. Over a month ago. And they faked y'all out and told y'all it was a practice run and it was the real thing. Ain't that crazy? God told us they was going to do that, and they did exactly that, didn't he? He said they going to fake and say it's practice, but it's really the real thing, and guess what it was? That's exactly what they did. And they waited to tell people a month later. We had a perfect service and a perfect priest, and it went perfect. I said, oh, my dad told us what they was on before they did it. So I don't know what signs the church is waiting on, because all the signs is here. You said not prepping because they don't want to have to take action in your survival mode, may be overwhelmed. Listen, you said me neither. They know he says he will meet in a week if the Lord hasn't come. You said what video on YouTube can I watch to get info on the Antichrist and Red Heifer? I don't know specifically. Are you meaning mine or other ones? I don't know about nobody else's. It's a lady on here named I Am Redeemed on what's the name, that she's been talking about the red heifers and everything that's been going on. The pastor's not serving the same God we are. They serve the God of this world, yeah, in real life, mammon. Because everything with them is about money, about opulence, about living rich and fabulous and famous, and who's better at whatever. You never hear them talk about who's better at reeling in the souls. It's who's more anointed, who can sing better. Not about how many people went down in Jesus' name, and that how many people got clean off of drugs, or how many people that got clean off of whatever, or stepped outside of a certain lifestyle of this life. Not that. You never hear them arguing about who did more of that. Whose church looked better, whose sound system is better, whose production team is better. Those are the things you hear about their Rolls Royces, and if you want God to bless you and you can live like me and all this old crazy stuff. That was not my goal over here. Now I could have went that way. I could have easily I could have done that. But that wasn't gonna help nobody. You hear me? Thank you so much. I was more worried about y'all babies being safe, y'all understanding that we needed to clean these bodies out before God come back. Because they selling y'all lies and wolf tickets. Because if you don't take the mark, you're not even going to be able to keep the beautiful life you built for yourself. So we didn't waste our money on none of that. We bought valuable things instead of expensive things. There is a difference. Because it's a whole bunch of expensive stuff sitting in people's house that ain't about to have no value. Because without no power, without no gas, you ain't going to be able to do nothing with it. Nothing. The cutesy wootsy coffee makers, better get you a French press. You hear me? All your electric stuff gonna be useless if you don't have a power source. All the cutesy wootsy little, none of that's gonna help. You need some manual stuff. You need a way to heat water, keep your house warm, or at least one room in your house. It's a lot of things you need. You need to not fill your freezer with food, and you need to be making a store somewhere in your house. I don't care if you got to put kids in the same room. Y'all need a storage room, and it need to be ceiling to flow with whatever you can get. Canned goods, dried pasta, beans, rice, everything. Everything. Because it's going to clear out quicker than it did in 2020, and it's going to stay empty way longer. And even if it ain't empty, you're not going to be able to get it because you're not going to have the ID. So whether it's in there or not, if you don't take the ID, you won't have access to it. And guarantee this, if it's anybody trying to bring you something and they get caught, they won't do it again. Okay? You hear me? So, you need to have enough in your house to where if you cannot go to the grocery store for 6 months to a year, you have at least one meal per person per day for everybody in your house. All this gorging on this expensive food, cut that ish out now. You need to have as many bags of rice, learn how to store it properly. Okay? You need to flour, sugar, seasonings. Because most of our seasonings come from overseas, if y'all didn't know. Coriander and marjoram. A lot of that stuff is not grown here. It's grown overseas and shipped. Okay? Gotcha. You hear me? All of those things that we're just used to being able to pick off the shelves, yeast, flour, cornmeal, that stuff ain't gonna be there. You need to get it now. It's already looking real empty in stores and they don't know when it's coming back. Isabel. Because people can't afford to import anymore. It's too. That's what I was saying about the owners. All the little stores about to be closed up. Where you gonna get it? One, they said they can't afford to because of the tariffs. They can't bring it over here. So car parts, all that stuff, all of it. Yeah. Listen, I'm not. My daughter gonna say coffee beans can go rancid. If coffee beans can go through a cat's butt and still be ground up into coffee, it'll be fine. I'll be right back. Because if I'm not mistaken, Colombian beans or whatever the expensive beans is, they come out of the cat poop. Them rancid beans are the same. Ooh, sorry, y'all. So definitely, um, I've been begging, not begging. I'm not begging nobody. I've been requesting. Um, don't be scared. Be prepared. Exactly. He said they're making the aisles wider so you don't notice less food is in there. Are they? Is that what y'all doing, Sarah? Really? I seen all the package. Y'all listen. I paid $5. $5 for this much ricotta. That little thing of ricotta used to be like $1 and something. You could get the big thing of ricotta for $4. It wasn't even like 8 ounces of ricotta, I don't think. Probably 8 or 10 ounces, if that, of ricotta. You hear me? For $5. When I said, what in the world is this? What's scary to me is that people's eyes still are not open. What's scary to me is that these pastors are still lying to people. That's terrifying, because a whole bunch of people are gonna die because they won't do their job. A lot of people are not gonna be aware because they're not doing their job. You said a big one is $11 now? Oh, Jesus. It's half the food for more money. Yep. It's a lot of stuff I've been noticing. The bottles is, they look the same height, but they skinnier. This is mind blowing, y'all. It really is. I mean, just think, if we're cashless, completely cashless by January, do y'all realize what kind of situation that's about to put us all in? Yep, it definitely is, Sunflower. That's why I begged all the students here to go watch those documentaries. Every year since we've been here, I beg people to go watch documentaries about Germany. Germany, the Great Depression, all of that. These are the shows I was asking everybody to go watch, because I said we about to be living in it. And what are we doing 3 years later, y'all? What are we doing? You said what? So we will continue using the card as cash? Not for very long. No. You have to get the real ID for a reason. And again, if y'all remember when we first came here, so they're gonna try to tell you they have to make sure it's you. This is gonna stop identity theft. Do you hear me? They're gonna have to know that it's you. And so that's exactly why, like I said, probably in 4 months, I would if he do this martial law, it could be before that. And he's already starting it. We talked about the military being on our streets, and they are. They are now policing the streets. We talked about it. This is why we've learned to stay in the house. This is why we have games. This is why we have things to do in our home, so that we don't have to worry. You hear me? Listen. He said I was sliding a plug for preparing, and I was just the downer. They gonna say it every time. That's the crazy thing. I don't listen. They tried to say you was killing a vibe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, this whole time. And then they gonna try to bring you a sob story of why you need to come let them be where you at because they didn't prepare. Get ready to be painted as the horrible person. Get ready for that. Prepare to be able to gift swap because states have laws for sales. Oh, I know. They about to try to guilt you into I can't believe you ain't gonna let me and you want me and my kids to starve. No, you wanted you and your kids to starve. You said not if I turn my phone off, this part. You said how do you get out of having a real ID? You can't. You can't. Not the real identification that we have now, but this new one where you can't buy or sell without it, yeah, you're gonna have to make a choice. But see, Jocelyn, that's why we're buying everything that we need, stuff like this that don't need no refrigeration. So if we do gotta live in an empty house that's just no power, no lights and stuff, we'll still be okay. We got wood burning stoves, solar ovens, butane stoves, fire starters. We got a way. Okay? This chicken will be good on the counter for 25 years. Up to 25. Long as it don't get no moisture or nothing in it, I can pull a few pieces of this out, soak it in some water or boil it in some water, make me a bowl of rice, and I'm eat. Because one of the first things that they gonna do to try to control you is to turn off all of your utilities. Well, what's the way around that? Stuff like this. Oh, okay, well you good then, pumpkin. You gonna have to get the ID. I would get the license right now so that you don't have, You said they just want to make me scared even when I go outside to go to work. Ain't nobody trying to make you scared. Who trying to make you scared? You should be a little unnerved by what's going on right now. If you're not, I mean, right, no Wi-Fi, no power, no heat, etc. Exactly. So how do you get around needing to go to them and ask for stuff? You go get it now. That way you don't have to go to them and get nothing. It's a rechargeable light. Then you asked me that already, didn't you? Earlier when I showed it? Or was that another queen or quintil? Prepared, not scared. We not. I mean, of course, when we start hearing craziness outside, it's going to be unnerving, but it's your first time? Oh, okay. So we just got another person in here with a name similar to yours. You good. You good. I'm sorry. Some folks will just keep asking me the same question to try to get me to respond to them. So I apologize if that's not the case. We do got a lot of like queen or queen. We got a lot of queens in here, so it was probably somebody else. But yeah, it's a rechargeable light bulb, and you definitely need some. You definitely need some. You need a gas mask for everybody. It's a lot of things. I have a survival video on YouTube. Survival and Survival 2.0. My YouTube is the same name as this, CERCA TROVA 22. You ain't got to sit through the whole 2 hours. Just get on there, screenshot what you need, and if you can buy it now, I would not wait. I wouldn't wait. And wherever you can find it, if you shop on Temu, wherever you shop, you need to have those things, your most basic needs, which is a way to filter water, a way to cook your food and heat your home, and food. Because people are gonna be controlled because they're cold and hungry. And as you can see, these dimwits, they don't care. You hear me? You got negative 20 sleeping bags, yeah, because you gotta think, what if he pulled this stupid stuff in the winter? We don't know what's gonna happen. And he's meeting with old boy about Alaska. It's real, real crazy. You hear me? Real crazy. Please don't waste your money. And everybody, they going to save it for what? If you don't take the mark, you're not even going to be able to access it. Now, I'm not saying ball out, but if you have the money to go get what you need, which is a lot of this stuff, and if you can't buy this, you need to go buy a dehydrator right now and start using it. If you know how to can, you can get a, what is that, Instapot. Okay? You can get an Instapot. You can get water bathing stuff. Okay? Okay? So whatever it is that you can get it. You said not to mention that they're controlling the weather. Exactly. They knocking out power to make people lose their food. Everything that's going on right now is to make people be destitute so that they'll want to take this mark. That's what it's for. And this is why we're preparing now so we don't have to worry about that. We a lot of that stuff is put up in plastic tubs, so if the water I'm now fire, it ain't too much you can do with that. But if it's water or whatever, you want to have a way to provide for your family, because they're getting ready to FEMA. Red Cross ain't doing nothing for nobody. You see, during October of last year when everything was going, they was turning donations away. And people was like, we need that stuff. And they was turning the donations away and had the military taking it and putting it in warehouses, and then the military left and the people didn't get none of the donations. So I would not wait for the government to take care of me and my family. And if you don't believe me, you can go look up at the USDA website, and them food boxes that they used to give out that our grandmas and them used to go get with the government cheese. Yeah, they looking real skimpy. Well, you got to think all of that stuff comes from the farms that have been rotting, so it ain't going to be nothing to give out. That's if the immigrants and the people that worked those fields were still there. They not there this year. All of that food from late, October, November until now has been rotting because people started leaving earlier than that. The housing market then crashed. They about to play with y'all retirement. If you got retirement, I will be snatching my money out now, because he just signed that, what's the name? The last executive order was to play with y'all 401k. I will be snatching my money out ASAP, going to get what I need and putting the rest up. If you got to go put it in the bank, you can, just to pay what you need to pay until whatever. But I would rather have my money and have the stuff that I need than let them go on and gamble my money away, and now you don't have the stuff that you need or no money. Can I ask a question? Is it the Prego jars that are reusable for canning? Some of them are. You got to look at the lid, Auntie. You got to look at the lid. But the Prego jars, I kept I think I had I kept one of them. It was like some kind of juice jar. And I looked under there, and it had that little orange stuff, so it could be resealed. So I think it was like cherry juice or something. One of them glass jars. It's a lot of different jars. You just have to look and see if it got that seal on the bottom. If it got that seal on the bottom, yes, you can reseal the Prego jars. You can reseal juice jars, as long as they got that seal on the top of that lid. I don't know who told us that. One of y'all told us that. You said you can store water as well, right? Yep. But definitely you need to get a dehydrator. However you gonna process your food. And I wouldn't be wasting nothing. We have been saving all of our seeds. If we could grow lettuce from the lettuce we buy, we've been growing lettuce. Whatever we can. If you don't have no seeds now, you need to get some. You see what I'm saying? So all of those things. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. So do not think that it's going to be like 2020. It's not. It's going to be the exact opposite. As far as help, there's not going to be any. I would not wait. I would go get my stuff. If you love your kids, if you love your mama, if you love your husband, whoever it is that you have to be, I would forget all that name brand food because it's all coming from the same place. The cheaper the better, so that you can have as much as you need. It's the same corn. It comes from the same place, I promise you. It's not too many corn processing plants here. It's coming from and they just put another label on it. If you can get it for 79 cents, it's better spend $3 because you want to buy the name brand. You better get 4 cans instead of 1. Because everything is about to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times its price. Okay? So that means you're going to be able to buy less food for more money. And don't forget, they started, monitoring. You can only get 2 canned goods of green beans or a can of corn and a can. Don't forget 2020. You said the Bible says that too. It's real. If Joseph wouldn't have prepared when God told him the famine was coming, they'd have been screwed. And it's crazy because the church people keep saying, oh, I don't have to worry about that. Well, thank God Joseph didn't say that. Because when God told him it was going to be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine, he took that first 7 years and stored up as much as he could. He took a fifth of everything that everybody, I said a third before, but it was a fifth. I said it wrong. He took a fifth for 7 years of everybody's crops, they goats and this and that, and stored it up in each of the cities so that there would be food for everybody to eat. People were selling their land, their animals, everything, trying to get some food. They even told Pharaoh and Joseph, we'll work for you. We'll sell you our land and then work the land. Can we just get some seeds so that when this is over, we can plant some food and have some food? Oh, okay. And the church people are like, oh, God told me famine's coming, so I don't have to worry about it. Thank God Joseph did not think like y'all. I love it, JP. She not lying. I used to work for Smithfield Packing. They made the name brand and the cheap brand out of the same pork product. Listen, Jay Allen, I've been trying to tell folks. I've been trying to tell them. They don't be believing me. All of it come from the same place. That's why you can't. That's why I say when people like, oh, generic. Yeah. I told y'all about the shoes and everything. And then it was a big old scandal last year. But I told y'all a long time ago, I said, quit spending all your money, that stuff. Remember how many people was mad at me because we went and looked up how much the Jordans really cost to make. When we first started this, I'm still going to buy my Jordans. Well, if you like paying 2,000 times the price of what it was, okay. They only cost $8 to make, and you giving them $400. Well, throw your money in the trash then. Because a quality leather shoe is going to be more valuable than that $8 plastic shoe you better put on. I mean, you ain't hurt my feelings none. Oh, you carrying that generic bag? Your bag generic too, girl. Be quiet. You just don't know it. I know the cost of goods sold. I know what that means, the COGS. And if you know, you know. You ain't making me feel nothing. That $19 bag you got on and you didn't pay $2,500 for it. I know it costs $19 to make. Hell, it probably costs $8 because I sourced it for $19 and sold it to you for $4,000. Oh, okay. Because you don't know the value of stuff. You just know it's expensive. But just because it's expensive don't make it valuable. But you know what do be valuable? This didn't cost no $19 to make. This right here, and it'll be here 100 years from now. But that little bag you bought, this plastic, it ain't gonna hold up like this one. Or this one. See, this right here only cost me about $50 or $60. But you know what? The weathering on it is gonna be so nice in about 3-4 years, you know. Real cowhide leather. smells real good too. You said all they do in those shops is change the name brand to the place and product. I already know. That's why I don't be fooled by none of that. I got this on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And it smells so good. Oh my goodness. Look at the stitching. You see the stitching on that? That's real nice. That's real leather. If I could only take 3 books with me, what would I choose? Oh, I can't tell you just right now. Probably my OTP for sure. I don't know. Probably my OTP because it's got all the books in it. If I just had to be stuck with anything, I would take that because it's the Bible. So I would take that. And then I don't know after that. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't have a favorite 3 though. All of them is my favorite. Every last book in here is my favorite. All of them. All of them is my favorite. Yep. If you don't have a book about survival stuff, you need to get one of those. We have a couple of them. This ain't all of them, but these 2 books are good to have. I have another one in. Let me go get it. Hold on before I even show you. So these 3 books I think are going to be very valuable. Again, not expensive, valuable. You said that's definitely going to be the first outside. The other one is the Harriet bag. I'm trying to tell you, Mari. This you need to get. And there's a volume 1 and volume 2. But this has a lot of good information in it. Tells you how to make your own soap, your own shoes, how to make a windmill, trap in the sun for winter farming, fireplaces. It shows you how to build a fireplace, show you what you need, shows you what kind of trees are in here, renewable, what type of wood is best for firewood, shows you how to build a trench, tells you about developing a water supply in the area that you live in. All of this stuff is going to be useful information if there's no internet. Right? All of this stuff. How to make a wind turbine. It tells you how to build a house. Tells you how to make furniture. Wilderness camping. Where you should be. It tells you about cumulus clouds and cirrus clouds and sound and how far you got. Basket weaving, just in case you got to do some of that and make your own little baskets to catch fish and whatnot. You hear me? That part. It even tells you how to make your own welding tools and anvils and all that kind of stuff if you got the metal. See? You see it? Tells you how to make cheddar cheese, cottage cheese, how to make a butter churn, how to churn your butter, making a muslin sausage casing, shows you how to smoke your meat if you don't know how, the old school way. Okay. Good night, y'all. Good night, Auntie. So, this will be a good thing to have. Simple, basic things, but it's a lot of stuff. Because if you don't have access to the internet, where are you going to get the information? Okay? So back to the basics. That's a good book. This is another one that has some good information in it. The Lost Ways. It's a pretty thick book. Right? And it has some of the same stuff in there. How to make a gas mask with activated charcoal. Hello. That could be valuable. Even though we already have gas masks. Telling you about all the different mushrooms, different grapes and wild, what you call it, herbs and stuff that you could eat. It shows you how to make a well, just in case you need to get some water. Okay, shows you what to look for. These books are going to be huge in a time when we're not going to have the internet. Shows you how to make bean soup and how to dry mushrooms, where to find them. It's all kinds of stuff in here. How to render your fat so you can use it for the uses you need. It even tell you how to make. I'm gonna show you what it tell you how to make. You see it? That's gonna be important, don't you think? It's all kinds of stuff in this little book. So, how to build a Native American subterranean roundhouse. Interesting. How to make a water filter out of activated charcoal. How to make charcoal. Tells you about hunting, when the deer moves, what you need to do. Shows you about your bows and traps, all those things. You said, how long can canned goods go a long time? It's you can get a list online of how long they last. Forever. The only thing that changes after the date is that the taste goes bad, unless the can is like bulging, right? If the can is bulging, that means don't eat it. But if everything is still intact and it just look normal, you can still eat it. Just the taste is gonna be different as it gets older. But when you starving, you don't too much care about that. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Okay, right, nephew. This is the thing. We gotta get prepared. And if there's not gonna be any intranet, where you get your information from, that's gonna be important. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of these books. I would say check Half Price Bookstore because they be having a lot of this stuff. But all these books, they all got different information in them. You know what I'm saying? So that you can. This one don't have as much, but it still got some information in these. You know. Okay. If you're gonna ball out on a what you call that thing? A dehydrator and some food prep tools. You said, what will we do without the internet to connect with you, CERCA? You probably won't be. Hate to say it, but unless God gives us a place to go to, it probably won't be happening. I've been thinking about it a lot. We got walkie-talkies, but I lightweight can't even say what channel we'll be on here because the people is here. So I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet. We have dehydrated eggs. Yep, we do. Country girly, thank you. We got dehydrated eggs, baby. We got dehydrated milk, cheese, everything. We got freeze-dried cheese, all the good stuff. Dried fish, all kinds of stuff. What was I saved that and more on your flash drive? It was July. I might have got it already. I think I got it. I might not have. You? I didn't tell you. Thank you. It's in here somewhere. I did get it. Yeah. Remember? I showed everybody, Pumpkin. You save what on there? It's, you don't remember I showed everybody the coins and stuff? Yep. I don't know how that's gonna work out. And the scary part is I'm a little nervous because folks be getting attitudes still. And so then I don't want no crazy people that's gonna be freaking out. And I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. Because folks still ain't really wrapped their mind around if they gonna be ready to throw their life away for the Lord yet. Okay? So I don't know, because this is moving quick. I thought we would have had our land by now, even though God has given us spaces that people have allowed us to say we can go. I'm just hoping that folks ain't weird. Because this is the internet. And even though we are family, it's wolves hide in sheep's clothing all the time. You hear me? So I don't know how this about to run. I'm still praying, and I don't think it's too late for God to do something. I just pray that He don't let nobody with no raggedy spirits get in there. I pray that He don't do that. Yes. No, it didn't get lost. I like my garbage pail kids and everything, so you didn't see the class. We went through that whole thing. You hear me? You said then let's start with me. What you talking about? I hope you're not talking crazy, because it's too late in the damn night to be trying to troll somebody. Especially somebody that don't care. Y'all think that this person is the person that I blocked earlier and their life is so sucky? They didn't came back, y'all. I know you ain't got no wife, and if you do, she's not cute, because you be trying to be laid up under her right now. Yeah, they life suck. Not you done went and got another thing and came back. No, he right there up in front of you. Your life sucks. Teeny weeny man. I know this the only way you get any kind of attention from a woman, huh? This is all you know, is to get under their skin so they'll talk to you. Poor little man. Yeah. Oh, nobody pays attention to you. You're kind of like a Dahmer, huh? Till you do something to get under somebody's skin, and then they'll know who you are. You have your white van ready to snatch some kids, because that's the vibe you're giving. Or do you wait outside of the boys' bathroom and wait for them to come out? Friendly with all the little girls on your street, or because you don't get clues that when people don't want to be bothered, you don't come back. And you definitely don't change your identity and come back as somebody else. Like, I can't pick up on your spirit. Crazy. Y'all watch out for people like that. Those are the people that snatch people and have them locked in their basements. I've been kidnapped before, so I can pick up on the spirit. I was held captive for 3 days. Those kind of people, you keep them away from your children. Because as you can see, they don't take context clues, baby. Your child will be saying no and they'll be dragging them into the van. I'm telling you. They sit back and watch the predators. Because any grown person that can't respect somebody saying, please back up, please don't talk to me, yeah. Mm-mm. I would be ashamed if that was my life. It don't make no sense. Yeah. No, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm gonna just keep letting him talk to himself. Y'all ignore him. He don't get no attention in his real life. He probably sit behind the keyboard. His stomach is sitting on his knees, so he can't see his wee man. And he's angry because he got a hairy back and he's balding. And this is the only action he will ever get. He gets turned on by women being angry because they won't talk to him in real life. He pays for his friends, all of them, and they tell him all he wants to hear, and he give him $4.99 a minute. Your life sucks. I am royalty. Now, I'm not going to tell you no more now. I love you. Don't do that. If I have to say something again, Punky, I blocks family members. I do. Because when y'all respond to them, they keep thinking they can talk, okay? Please don't do that. We've had plenty of people that come in here and after a while they notice they talking to themselves or we just talking over their head and we don't acknowledge them and they just go away. Been doing this a long time. He's got a George Jefferson going and he, never thought he was that man. I've seen them before because confident men don't bother women that don't want to be bothered. They don't. I'm telling you what I know. He'll go away after a while. So, anyway, back to what we was talking about. You said, well, what other great books do I recommend? Definitely books about survival. Definitely books about, he probably just over here to steal content. That's what they do too. They come over here and steal my content and then go take it and act like they got a revelation from the Lord. So, with that, you just let them be. Yeah. But anyway, get you some survival books. If you don't have canning tools, dehydration things, a way to cook, just in case there's no electricity, just in case there's no water. You'll want to, for your children, go to Goodwill or wherever you can, hit the clearance racks. Get your kids 2, 4, 6 sizes up, just in case you're not able to go into the store because you don't plan on taking the mark. What else? You definitely need to have a road atlas in your car. Definitely need that because the highways always get all crazy and backed up. And so you're going to need to know your county roads and things like that, just in case you have to get out of the city. Definitely have some gas masks because we don't know what biochemical things are going to be dropped or whatever else. And with everything that's going on, you're going to need a car full of gas. Definitely. You want to keep your car, emergency tools. Right. With the way that these floods are going, they have the big vacuum seal bags. And so you can take some of the bigger sizes just in case. I mean, even for you and your husband or you and your wife, you need to pack some stuff because people's houses are being flooded. All their clothes are wet. And if all your stuff is messed up, you trying to think about what you can salvage. So I would definitely get some vacuum cleaner bags. That's going to be a number one thing. Not vacuum cleaner bags, vacuum seal bags. Get those. Put you some, drawers, bras, that type thing in there. Even if you need to, you can put like a family sized emergency, like copies of birth certificates, social security cards, driver's license, just in case that stuff gets washed away in the middle of the night, whatever it is. You put all that stuff in one of these. I got one over here out already. I thought I put one out. I put it back. Ooh. Mamas and daddies, get you some of these. And I don't care if you put whatever outfits or whatever, however you do it, you need to have some outfits just put up, because floods are happening in places where people didn't think that they would happen, because God told us that last year, and it's happening. And I told everybody, go get these. So just in case there's an emergency, you got some clothes. You said prepare as early as possible. Come on, kids. This the thing. Because, if everything you have is flooded out, you're going to need some clothes. And some clean clothes and clean socks and clean underwear. It's going to make you feel better when you're trying to think about what your next move is. If you do have to go to a hotel, you ain't trying to take wet clothes and all of that. You can have these up high somewhere to where it's vacuum sealed, not punctured or whatever. And what I normally do when I store my stuff in here is I will put fabric softener sheets in here, so it already smells really good after you done washed it up. Put everything in here, suck it down. You can put it in a bin if you want to, but this will be good for emergency clothing. Okay, it'll be good for emergency clothing. It'll be good for like I said, you can get another Ziploc bag and put this in between your clothes, so when you pop it open, everything come up, you already got some emergency paperwork and stuff in here too. You said y'all use these for camping too, right? And it saves a lot of space. So definitely go through the stuff right now and put them because like I said, it's flooding in places where it don't normally. So you got to prepare for the worst is what you have to do, okay? Even though we don't want to, it's too late. We got to do what we got to do. So we want to be prepared. You don't want to always eat. It's going to be bad enough that there's some crazy stuff happening. You don't want to always be caught off guard because I didn't think to get this. Okay, well, start thinking now. Start thinking now. Bedding, everything. Right, I'm just thinking of if you got to get up and leave right now, because it's flooding or whatever else, that's something. You can just grab it and go. We got our go bags and stuff with our what you call it in there? Our wool blankets and stuff, but I'm just saying as far as clothing, that'll be a good thing to have, especially if it's a lot of people in your house. You know what I mean? You already got the kids stuff separated, you and your husband stuff or wife stuff separated, whatever you're going to do with that. That way, at least y'all got a week's worth of clothes until you can figure out or get back to your house or whatever's going on with it. So I would do that. Here'd I go. I know I'm about to go to bed too. Because I got stuff to do tomorrow and I don't want to do it. I'm PRing anyway this week. That's why I'm up all kinds of crazy times of the night. So I don't know what time I'll see y'all tomorrow. You just ordered a couple books. Good job, Pumpkin. Don't forget the Goodwill. Don't forget Offer Up. Because we're going to need books. If you got kids, you need to get as many books in your house as you can. And not just age appropriate for them right now. It might be a year or two. Because if they shut down the schools, you're going to have to be teaching your kids. And if you ain't got nothing in there and ain't no internet, well, what you going to do? You're welcome. Okay? These are all important things because the life that we know is gone. It's over. The United States that we know is not the same anymore, and you can't keep living like it is. You don't have to live paranoid, but you definitely need to live prepared. Okay, that's something you have to do. So I love y'all. Make sure y'all say y'all prayers this evening. Even say prayers for the weirdos that hopefully they get their life together. And that's it. That's all. I'll see y'all later. I'll probably clean up this office tomorrow because, as you can see, it needs it real bad. You said what now? How many bags am I putting? I'm not putting no bags together. And quit sending me stuff for everybody else. I told you, start having. I'm not. I'm not doing that. If you want to send some stuff, I'm gonna tell them where they get into contact with you. I'm not making no bags. No, ma'am. From now on, if y'all want to send stuff to the community, they gonna be contacting y'all. Don't send nothing else this way. If it's not for CERCA, I'll be giving them y'all information so y'all can send it to them. I won't be doing that. I've retired from that. I put in my 3.5 years of doing it. Don't send nothing. I do, but no. It's only 2 boxes that's going out, and if you want to send them something, I'm gonna give you the address, and you can send it to them. We won't be. Yeah, that was too stressful for me trying to get all that stuff out and do all that stuff. I just do the Amazon stuff right now, and then our other stuff that we do. Other than that, packing up all them boxes. I just got my living room halfway decent from all of the stuff that's been sitting here over the years. I can't, because it's gonna make me not want to live here no more. But if I know somebody that needs some, I definitely will tell them to come your way. Yep, I can't. Yes, I'm glad you checked too, cause I'm trying to. No, you girl, you done made me start sweating. Think about that. I sent stuff with my daughters, gave out the soap and stuff I done made that we never got. It was over with. No, I'm finally able to see my couches because they have been stocked with boxes. It was my whole living room is a storage room for this business we got here. Because I ain't got no basement or no garage. Nope. I love you. There's too much stuff here already. I love y'all. I'm about to go. Listen, good night, y'all. You see how when you resist the devil, they flee or they get quiet. Just like kids that be throwing a fit. See how that works? Listen, nephew. I got to be myself. Everybody else is taken. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I've been telling y'all the truth this whole time. I ain't about to start lying now. Auntie be overwhelmed. Because y'all didn't see. You got to think. Just think about getting a gift every day for 3 years. And I say that because some of y'all would send multiple gifts. So if we break down, I basically got a gift every single day for 3 years. Where you going to put all that stuff? And y'all don't send little stuff. Y'all send carts and pillows and blankets and cups. And listen, just imagine. I still be trying to find. Y'all see when I go in here, y'all say you don't dress up no more because I can't get to the costumes. Snacks and cakes and I'm grateful. But now it's no. Y'all heard my kids that said, yeah, there's nowhere to put anything in here. I done took up every wall in my house, building shelves, and I just can't. Not if I want to keep my sanity. Y'all don't forget I had to build an 8-foot shelf in my room too. Because of y'all. And I need to build a shelf right now. The wood is still laying in my living room on the floor. 12 feet of wood is still laying there from when I built this one. because I still ain't built the other one that go in here. And what I'm probably gonna do is build it over the ottomans that my auntie sent me, so that it's halfway on the wall, so I can put some stuff there. Listen, you said that's why you're blessed. I'm grateful. I'm not complaining or nothing. They know, but it's overwhelming for anybody. If you got gifts every single day for a long time, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have this. It would be different if I had like a larger house and I could display things, but it's starting to close in on me, and that's a lot. So now I'll just be saying, if you're gonna send it, just send it to the people, and that way it could go, cause it be a lot. Yeah, do. You said got something in the PO box waiting now. You sent me something, Auntie. Okay. I did see that something got delivered. I ain't even been up there to get it because I don't never know how big it's gonna be or what it is. So now I just be waiting a couple of days because as soon as I go pick it up, it'll be something else there. Okay, I'll go get it. And I'm not listen. My PO box information. It was on my website, but they playing with it, so you gonna have to hold up a second. Listen, just give me a second, cause they didn't play with my PO. They didn't play with my website, and that's where it was at. And it's sad, but I don't even know it by heart. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, something on the way to you from me too. Something I thought was cool from an antique shop. I love y'all. See, my house must be coming. It gotta be. It has to. Because remember I told y'all he will fill my spaces up and then I have to move. And he does this every single time. Like I'll be like, okay, let's get smaller here. Oh, okay, so it's happening again. So I must be getting removed shortly. Gotta be. Has to. Because baby, y'all see my space and got smaller, and with this room used to echo. There's no room for echo in here. You see, yeah, I got something here for you too. Lord Jesus. And I'm not sad. Y'all know I'm grateful for anything that y'all send. I'll just be like, God, where I'm gonna put it at? He will definitely give you a blessing you do not have room enough to receive. Y'all done made my back start sweating. Look at that. Y'all done made my back start sweating. I'm about to go. I have stuff from all of my trips and haven't sent them yet. Oh Lord Jesus. But thank you. Can I say this? You feel like a hoarder, right? And y'all be trying to turn me into one too. My daughter came. They said, "What is all of this stuff?" I said, "Well, that's my eye massager. That's my leg massager. That's my hand massager. Um, that's a blanket that was knitted for me. That's a blanket that they made. This picture, they drew this. They got this. I got pictures, and I mean, and you don't forget, we got full 2, 3, 4 books of letters and emails and things and book things, and it took me a lot of days to get all of your gift receipts and stuff. Don't forget now, we got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these full of WOIU letters and all kinds of stuff in here. Don't forget, I had to sit and do all of this, so I got all of that stuff. All y'all letters that y'all done sent, and like see this to my auntie CERCA from my little babies. You see it. You said at least your babies can leave with gifts. You got a lot to share. Yeah, that's true. I got letters from 22, 23. All my auntie CERCA letters, sis CERCA letters. We got all of these books filled with letters and gift receipts and then pictures that y'all was sending and other stuff. This is we got this one over here too. It's a picture book and it's one in my room. So I know most people, well, I can't say what most people do, but I tried to keep hold to pretty much everything that y'all done sent me. Pretty much everything that y'all done sent me, I've tried to. Now, some of the boxes and stuff I threw away, right? Because it's boxes. But, like, the keepsake things, You said you got a letter. Right. I got all my letters. I tried to print out as many of y'all emails as I could about y'all testimonies that you said were okay. So, and we got a lot of stuff. A whole bunch. I'm starting to sweat just thinking about it. Okay, I'm about to go. I'm really leaving right now because I'm getting hot just thinking about all that stuff. And my back is wet. Do you hear me? I gotta go. Starting to feel uncomfortable. I'm leaving. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Mm-mm. You said when the net goes away, reading will be, yeah. Yeah, that's how we going to be able to do is read. And the fact that people don't have real books that they actually like in their house is crazy. Because they minds is going, they going to have cabin fever. We can escape through all of these books. We can go wherever we want to, with our books. But them, they ain't got nothing in their house. They ain't got games that are not digital. They don't have nothing. Coloring books, crayons. They ain't got nothing. Nothing. And that's scary because that's how you end up having to bust out when you need to be quiet because you ain't got nothing to keep your mind steady.